Why did Jesus have to die? You know, if you don't understand why he had to die and for whom he died for, usually you'll have a wrong concept of who God is, who you are, and what Christ did on the cross. It's that critical. Now the question is, who is God? You know, you could go out in a plaza anywhere, a shopping center, and you could talk to 20 people and you get 20 different opinions of who God is, and probably 18 of them could be Christians, and you still get different opinions of who God is. Who is God? My greatest fear is that the majority of believers in the world are not worshiping the real one true God, but they're worshiping the figment of their own imagination. I call it cafeteria theology. You say, what do you mean? You know, the cafeteria, you go, I like this, and that's what people are doing. Well, I like this out of here, oh, I like that. Well, that'll become part of my theology. You know one reason why I say that? Now, I don't want you to misunderstand me here. I love praise and worship. I love to be involved in praise and worship, but I'm convinced that most people in praise and worship are not praising and worshiping the one true God, but the figment of their own imagination. You say, how can you say that? Well, you try it on your own. I'll be at conferences, young people, others, older people, be in front with their hands raised, some on their knees, and praise and worshiping God. And very respectfully, I'll approach a number then. I've done this for 10 years. And I'll go up and I say, who is God? Do you know? In almost 10 years, not one single person has even come close to tell me who is God. And yet they're there praising and worshiping God. How in the world can you praise and worship God when you don't know who he is? This is why I'm so convinced that those that lead praise and worship ought to context their songs. What do they mean? Because most people feed their own meaning into the words, not the meaning out of the scriptures into those words. If we don't know who God is, it's very difficult to know why Christ died, to know why we need salvation, or how to praise and worship. Who is God? I'm going to answer that for you.